In this video, we're going to be learning how we can convert a number from ordinary form to standard form. Alright, so we're going to be using an example to learn how we do that. And in our example, we want to convert the following numbers to standard form. So on part A, we have got 2680, and on part B, we've got 0.00031. Alright, so let's quickly go on to the solution, the working. Starting with part A, we've got 2680. Now remember what we say. We say that standard form is the form a times 10 to the power of n, and we say that a is a number that is between 1 and 10. So you ask yourself first, where is the decimal point when I'm looking at 2680? Where is the decimal point? So the decimal point is just after 0. That's where it is right now, because it's 2680.0. Alright, so for this value here to be in standard form, then the decimal point should be positioned where this value will become a number that is between 1 and 10. In other words, it should have only one digit before the decimal point. In this case, like it has got 4 digits before the decimal point, but we want to move our decimal point so that we only have one digit before the decimal point. So we've got 2.680.0, right? So I'm going to move my decimal point to the left once, and then again, and then the third time. So when it is now at this position here, we now have only one digit before the decimal point. And what that means to me is that this value is now between 1 and 10. It's now 2.680, and it's now a value that is between 1 and 10. But now the decimal point is now at a position where it was not before. So to maintain the value, what I'm going to do is I have to restore the decimal point. So I'm saying to maintain the value, the decimal point must be restored. That is, it has to be restored. Since I'd moved 3 decimal places to the left, I have to restore it back 3 decimal places to the right. And that is done by multiplying by 10 to the power of 3, because if I multiply by 10 to the power of a positive 3, that means that the decimal point is being restored 3 decimal places to the right where it was, right? So my solution can simply be written as 2.68 times 10 to the power of 3, and that is the number 2.680 in standard form, right? So that is how we handle that that conversion from ordinary form to standard form. Let's look at another example so that we can understand it more clear. On part B, we have 0.00031. Alright, so we are saying here that we are seeing the position of our decimal point, and we want to move it. It's right here, right? So we want to move that decimal point such that this value becomes a number between 1 and 10. It becomes our A. So I move once, I move again to the right, I move the third time, and I move the decimal point the fourth time, so that it's now between 3 and 1, so that it is now 3.1, and it's now a value that is between 1 and 10. So what I now have is 3.1. So with 3.1, the decimal point is now where it wasn't before, so I have to restore it back where it was. So I'm saying to maintain the value, the decimal point must be restored 4 decimal places to the left. And how I do that is when I multiply 3.1 by 10 to the power of negative 4. Since I had moved it 4 decimal places to the right, I have to move it back 4 decimal places to the left, and that is by multiplying by 10 to the power of negative 4. So now my figure is now in standard form. So my solution is 3.1 times 10 to the power of negative 4. That's the answer. That is the value of 0.00031 in standard form. So these two examples really show us how we can convert a number to standard form, and if you have not understood it, you can replay the video slowly as you'll be learning how we have done it.